when did you like shed the salary? I'm not just a salary cap guy, because I'm sure that was probably difficult to do.
Yeah, it was a different time, and so we started at the vet, and Coach Reed had just started, and it was a really small organization. And within a year, we made a change to GM, and we brought in, a huge mentor to me, and may he rest in peace, Tom Heckert. And Tom was a young guy. We brought him in. I was a year in, and I was the only holdover in the front office. And so for him, he didn't know any different. So like he'd be like, "What do you do?" I'm like, "I do pro scouting, college scouting, cap." And he's like, "All right, cool." Maybe a little bit of a fib, but and then he started bringing in people like Ryan Grigson and Matt Russell and Jason Light and John Spytek and these GMs now and around the league and just the staff, and we were all like in our 20s, and we go to training camp in Lehigh and we'd hang out and we'd drink because there's nothing else to do till our staff meeting and just talk ball, and these are still some of my best friends in the world, and so I had this like, I guess it's how other people go through work, and I guess, you go to Google or Amazon, and I was surrounded by these unbelievable people, and Coach Reed, and think about how many guys on that staff became head coaches, and Jeffrey and Joe. And it was just, we're all a product of who we're surrounded by. And I was surrounded by such great people who gave me the insight. And if I showed I could do something well, like Coach Reed used to say, listen, if you know the cap and you got that going on, I'll give you more, and then if you start finding players, I'll give you more. And that's what he did. I started doing pro scouting, and then I found a little niche there. And then he's like, you got to go on the road, I was like, I got to go on the road. I got it all in front of me. I got to go on the road. He goes, you got to go on the road. And for 2 years, I was out on the road and doing 30 schools. And it was so smart by him, because it was like, you need to feel what your scouts are feeling. You need to feel the frustrations of missing flights and, going to schools that give you a lot of information, that give you little information. And, I'm very fortunate that I was around people who gave me the opportunities that they did to be well-rounded, and then, I got this GM job so young, but I was still surrounded by these great people. I was Coach Reed and Jeffrey and Joe was our team president. And you think you know everything, then you get your ass kicked again.
Yeah.